Athena stroked him with her golden wand. First she made the shirt and cloak on his body fresh and clean, then made him taller, supple, young. His ruddy tan came back, the cut of a jawline firm, and the dark beard clustered black around his chin. Her work complete, she went her way once more, and Odysseus returned to the lodge.
In Homer's The Odyssey, the hero Odysseus returns home after 20 years away. When he left, his son Telemachus was just an infant. Now he sees his grown son face to face.
However, the goddess Athena has disguised him as a beggar and has told Odysseus to conceal his identity. This is the moment when Athena allows Odysseus to finally reveal his true self and greet his son at long last.
His own son gazed at him, wonderstruck, terrified too, turning his eyes away suddenly.
Friend, you're a new man, not what I saw before. Your clothes, they've changed. Even your skin has changed. Surely you're some god who rules the vaulting skies. Oh, be kind, and we will give you offerings, gifts of hammer and gold to warm your heart. Spare us, please, I beg you.
No, I am not a god. Why confuse me with one who rules the skies? No, I am your father, the Odysseus you wept for all your days. You bore a world of pain, the cruel abuse of men.
And with those words, Odysseus kissed his son, and the tears streamed down his cheeks and wet the ground, though before he'd always reined his emotions back.
But still not convinced that it was his father, Telemachus broke out, wild with disbelief.
No, you're not my father, not Odysseus. Some spirit just spellbinding me now to make me ache with sorrow all the more. Impossible for a mortal to work such marvels, not with his own devices, not unless some god comes down in person, eager to make that mortal young or old like that. Why, just now you were old and wrapped in rags, but now look, you seem like a god who rules the skies up there.
Telemachus, it's wrong to marvel, carried away in wonder so, at sight of your father, here before your eyes. No other Odysseus will ever return to you. That man and I are one, the man you see, here, after many hardships, endless wanderings. After 20 years, I have come home to native ground at last. My changing so? Athena's work, the fighter's queen. She has that power. She makes me look as she likes. Now like a beggar, the next moment a young man, decked out in handsome clothes about my body. It's like work for the gods who rule the skies to exalt a mortal man or bring him low.
Both men so filled with at that, Odysseus sat down again, and Telemachus threw his arms around his great father, sobbing uncontrollably as the deep desire for tears welled up in both.
Both men, so filled with compassion, eyes streaming tears, that now the sunlight would have set upon their cries if Telemachus had not asked his father all at once.
What sort of ship, dear father, brought you here, Ithaca, at last? I hardly think you came back home on foot.
Surely, my son. I'll tell you the whole story now. Phaeacians brought me here, the famous sailors who ferry home all men who reach their shores. They sailed me across the sea in their swift ship. So they set me down in Ithaca, sound asleep, and gave me glittering gifts, bronze and hoards of gold and robes. All I stole in the cave, thanks to the gods' help, and Athena's inspiration spurred me here now, so that we could plan the slaughter of our foes. Come, give me the full tally of these suitors. I must see their numbers, gauge their strength. Then I'll deploy this old tactician's wits, decide if the two of us can take them on alone without allies, or we should hunt reserves to back us up.
Father, all my life I've heard of your great fame, a brave man in war and a deep mind in council. What you say dumbfounds me, staggers imagination. How on earth could two men fight so many and so strong? These suitors are not just 10 or 20. They're far more. You count them up for yourself now. Take a moment. From Dulichian, 52 of them, picked young men, 6 servants in their troop. From Same, 24. From Zacynthus, 20 Achaeans, nobles all, and the 12 best lords from Ithaca itself. Medon heralds with them, a gifted bard, and 2 henchmen skilled to cart their meat. I fear if we pit ourselves against all these in the house, I fear the revenge we come back home to take will recoil on our heads. A bitter, deadly blow. Think, can you come up with a friend in arms, some man by beside us, some brave heart?
Let me tell you. Bear it in mind now. Listen to me closely. Think. and Athena, flanked by Father Zeus, do for the two of us? Or shall I rack my brains for another champion?
Two great champions, those you name, it's true. Off in the clouds they sit, and they lord it over God's immortal men.
Trust me, they won't hold up long from the cries and clash of battle. Not when we and the suitors put our fighting strength to proof in my own halls. But now, with daybreak, home you go, and mix with that overbearing crowd. Thank you.
Thank you.